I decided to do a quick live stream. Try and keep my fingers off the camera. So bright and so much glare. But it says it's like 70 something. But there's a nice cool breeze. So this is definitely an Ashtabula spring day. Nice and chilly on the waterfront. People that are cold might want to bring a light coat or a towel to wrap in. I wouldn't try swimming unless you're brave. Of course, they haven't done anything to the beach yet. It's all rocks. Here's the nice rock area. Got some driftwood floating there. Nice, as you can see, a little, just a bit hazy. We got one small water boat out there somewhere, way out there. Basically just showing you all this rocks that we never, all the rocks before was always down in the water, and the lake levels, it seems like it has dropped a while, and they take care of the beach yet, but usually they'll grind it down and get rid of some of this stuff and make it more sand up to a certain point. But I remember them having more sand on here. It's like some of the sand is washed away and pushed its way up on shore. Of course, there's a little playground way over there. The snack shop is not open. Note that. The snack shop is not open. Usually they open around Memorial Day, so end of the month. I don't know if they're open at all before then. Same with Saybrook Park too, usually. Of course, that's the beach. Got a dozen people down that way or less. And we got another dozen over that way. So this is Lake Erie. Calm. I'd say calm waters. You got like really light waves. They're not really getting splashed. You can go up to the water edge and pick up the driftwood. As long as I don't fall in trying to get the driftwood back. So yeah, nothing really to see on the waterfront. I don't know if you guys can see way over there, that's the Perry. Way off in the distance. I think they wanted the driftwood board. Of course, that was the Ashtabula Lighthouse, way over yonder. I don't know what the heck that is over there. It's way over there. I don't know what that is. Of course, that's the Hill Beach. There's the play area again. Little pirate ship. Everybody's probably outside doing stuff, so I'm not going to be watching this video right now. Hopefully somebody will catch it later. There's the good old... On the other side, it's really nice sand. On that side, it just needs raked a little. Here where all these rocks are, if you're collecting rocks, there's a heck of a little collection here. Got a lot of flat rocks, skipping rocks. If you was down the Gulf, you could definitely get some good skippers. I mean, you can skip here too, but there's a lot of little rocks too. Got some kind of petrified driftwood here. Definitely got a lot of good junk up here. I've seen people with metal detectors in the mornings. They're usually the ones that find everything. The other people are usually digging beach glass. Usually you find the beach glass down and see where they're digging. You find from there toward the lake shore, you find the best beach glass, and you usually have to dig down a foot or more, and you got to look for the little tiny specks of glass. Because you just never know. They're just hanging out. They're not really digging beach glass, but that's usually where you got to be. It's all the little wash rocks. These are good for little craft projects, especially these big flat stones. There's a nice one. Oh, I thought that was longer. There's one there. Everything looks ancient. So here I am walking up on the drift crap. You can see where the tide comes and goes, and then you get the ice jams that push all this stuff on shore in the wintertime. Nobody usually comes down there in the wintertime. It's actually, I think it's usually closed, but most people don't come down here. Maybe the people with the metal detectors. Here's a nice old rock. Let's show you how the little rocks are here. Glue bottle. In case you're looking for an old, well, I'd call this a beach glue bottle. It might be worth some money someday. It was just a joke. But if you want it, here, I'll show you where it's at. There's a nice worn down piece of wood. We got a nice piece of driftwood over there. So yeah, the beach is calm. A couple dozen people out today so far down here. The beach is looking nice. It's definitely lower tides because that's that spot that's over there. That's usually covered with water. So right now the tide is definitely lower. Of course, I'm sure in the evening it gets a little higher. But it's not like the ocean tide. I mean, you're talking it changes the matter of a few foot distance. It doesn't change like hundreds of feet or nothing like that. Like where that little inlet is there, that'd be sunken a little and the water might come up a little bit more, but you're just talking to, like I said, 1 or 2 feet. There's a brave little girl out in the water. Probably not super cold in the water, but most people wouldn't get in this time of year because it's been cold, and even though it's 70 the last 2 days, that's not enough to heat the water up very much. Like I said, it's a nice cool day. I mean, it was up to 70 something, but it feels like, with that little bit of nip in the wind, it feels like 50, 55, maybe a cool 60, but it feels nice because the sun's keeping you warm. Once the sun's hit, you probably want a little beach fire way down there in the private beach. Can't have a beach fire up here in the city part of the beach. Of course, that's where we are here, the Walnut Beach. There's nice driftwood there. The kid and the girlfriend's off over there in the pirate ship play thing. It's got multiple slides and a couple swings on the side. They even got a few tire swings, which I didn't know they had them anymore. Definitely a nice day to be down here. There's that little break wall over there that goes towards the lighthouse. Yeah, there's so much glare I can't see if there's any comments, but right now I see there's no comments, which is cool because I can't read them because there's just so much glare. It's definitely the heat of the day. There's the sunlight, in case you don't know what it looks like. Nice breeze. It's you can tell that's a Canadian wind. Probably got a little bit of undertow. People don't around here worry, but if it's a strong wind, you got to worry about it. Because there's been people that sucked out in the lake and they don't know to swim parallel to the beach until the undertow stops, and then you make your way to the beach. I guess that's what they do in an ocean undertow, but this one isn't as bad, but it can still take you out far enough that you could drown or not make it. So that's why if you get out there and you know how to swim, you just go with the course they said, and then swim parallel with the beach, and then once the current stops, head in as soon as you can. But hopefully you're not out there when that happens. But there's definitely a lake wind. It feels like a Canadian wind. I mean, there's times if I wasn't so used to the cool weather, I mean, it feels like 38 degrees out here on the bare skin because I'm not obviously wearing a coat, but we're all seasoned Ashtabula people. We're used to crappy weather. We're used to cooler weather, I mean, when we love cooler weather. This is definitely summer-like conditions for Ashtabula. Nice spring day. Okay, I think I'm going to head up. It's a little cool out here. I don't think they're going to walk out because they were talking they were cool already. Let's walk a little bit more this way. Look at the driftwood and the stones. I don't really see anything worth picking up right now. I mean, once you pick up stones, you got so many varieties. There's some basic ones. Now, this is a nice piece of driftwood here. I mean, that thing's so worn, it almost looks like a rock. Looks like a shoe insert or something. This tiny little foot. These little kind of rocks. Find tons of these things. Tons of them. Alright. Here's our big boardwalk. Those of you not familiar with Ashtabula Beach. Well, it's called Walnut Beach, but it's the beach in Ashtabula. The other ones, there's a Saybrook Park, but it doesn't have a beach. Geneva Marina has a beach. Lakeshore Park has a beach. Conneaut, I think they got at least one big beach out there, maybe two, but for sure there's at least one. Their beach is bigger, and I don't know, sometimes I think more people go to the beach there. But this time of year, not a lot of people are coming to the beach. Now, I can't see anything because of the glare, but we're coming up on the emergency phone box, which there may or may not be a phone in. This is the big boardwalk. Big cities, you know, they got the boardwalk that goes out on the ocean, and I think it'd be neat if they'd build a boardwalk there that actually went on the lake. But supposedly with all the ice jams and stuff like that, it wouldn't make it. But I don't know how they do it off the ocean. I mean, the ocean current brings in more ice than this. So it's probably just a theme of money. But this is the big boardwalk. It's flat on the ground. It helps the handicapped people get out here, I suppose. But the trouble is it stops here. They actually need a boardwalk that extends, you know, up to the beach. Now over there, you can actually park over there and you can get out, but it's still not flat. Once you get in the sand, you know, people that need a ramp assisted, they can't go too far over there because of sand. So you think that they would build a little bit more extension for the boardwalk. Over there, they got an off ramp. I think there was an old one that used to shoot over that way. Of course, this one ends here, but jumping off the boardwalk, crossing the desert. Got extra sand. A lot of these are little sand. Walnut Boulevard. Somebody waving at the camera. Everybody might recognize her. So those are little sand dunes. Same over there. Big sand dune. Ahoy. There's Sarah's ahoying and Ian's ahoying from the pirate ship, which is obviously the slide set. Got the escape ladder there. Heck, no, what'd you do? I was up there. Oh, I kind of seen that a little bit, yeah. We're live on YouTube. No viewers right now. But still, I'm gonna let it run. I don't know where my battery's at. Yeah, I documented the beach and come down the slide, sir. Get an action shot. Go down the slide. Where I am. How am I going to see if you go to the other one? Jeez. Whoa. There's the closed concession stand. There's Mama.
I'm down.
That pavilion over there is kind of new. Looks a couple years old though. I think that's because they have the car shows over there. Yeah. Alright, well, that's probably the end of the live stream. If I can figure out where the X is. Alright, take it easy.